So for the next example, we're going to consider how we can use the break and the continue. I don't know if to call them statements, but how to use break and continue in our loop basically. So we use this statement to interfere with the loop. So in as much as we have already put a condition, right, we can put another condition inside the condition to interfere with it. Let's just have an example. So I will just copy everything here and I would paste it here. So we know, of course, if we run this, it's going to give us the same output as before. But let's tweak this code, right? Now, we're going to come here and say, okay, as we've already assigned 0 to number, while number is less than 5, number. Now we're going to add another like extra statement to this. We're going to add an if statement, a condition under, like within a loop. So we're going to say if number equals 3, we put our column, then break. And now you can see this sign here, like I said, is called an assignment, right? You assign values, elements, whatsoever it is. You assign things to like, variables, right? But if you mean like 1 equals to 1, 2 equals to 2, this is the sign you use. So double of this. So now let's run this code and see what our output is. Now, if you take a look at this, our output here stops at what? 3. In this initial code here, when we did not have this last two lines basically, our output was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here we can see that it has been interfered with. Why? Because like we said, the initial number here is what? Is 0, right? So is 0 less than 5? Yes. So a new value is going to be number plus 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1, right? And look at it here. It gave us output 1. That's print number, right? It printed it. But now we have another condition. The condition here is that if this number that we have is exactly equal to 3, then it should break this whole loop, right? But now 1 is not equal to 3, so it came back here and it continued. Is 1 less than 5? Yes. 1 plus 1 is 2. It says print number. So we have our 2 printed here. Is 2 equal to 3? No. So it comes back here, right? Yes. So now, is 2 less than 5? Yes. Now we add 1 to 2. So 2 plus 1 is what? 3, right? So it says print number. So we print the 3 here, right? Then we come to this statement now. Is 3 equals to 3? Now, yes, 3 is equals to 3. And what does it say we should do? Break. So now you see this condition breaks here. So you can use this to like, maybe if you're extracting information and data from a size or input from whatever it is, and you want it when it gets to a particular number, or a particular condition, it should stop. You can use this. So the last example that I'll be considering under this while loop is, using the continue statement, like using the continue keyword. So we'll just have example 5, right? So we're going to assign 0 to number and would say while, let me come here like this. So we'd say while number is less than 5. We put our column, then let's have number equals number plus 1, right? Yes, but we're not going to have our print immediately here. So let's have if number equals 3, put our column, then we would have, okay, no. So here we're going to have continue, right? Yes. Then we'll then have our print here. Print. Again, if you pay close attention, you see that there's a special, you can notice the Python syntax and indentation and everything. So we have print number. Should we run this or explain? Okay, let me just run this code. Let's see our output. So now we run this code and Now, if you pay attention to the output, do you notice anything odd? So we see now that in our output, there's no 3. There's no 3 at all here. Why is that? Now, our initial number here is 0, right? So, is 0 less than 5? Yes. Now, 0 plus 1 is 1, right? Then this one here is asking us to check. Is 1 equals to 3? No. So we come here and it says print number, so we print 1, right? Good. So we come back here. Is 1 less than 5? Yes. 1 plus 1 is 2. Is 2 equals to 3? No. Then we come here, print our number 2. We come here, is 2 less than 5? Yes. 2 plus 1 is what? Is 3. Now, is 3 equals to 3? Yes. Then continue. Now, what does this continue mean? This continue doesn't mean, oh, continue with the, next line of codes down. No. What this continue means is that you should come back. It's like you should continue with the loop, but from the top, from the beginning. So this continue means is just go back to the top. So unlike break, which says when you get to this condition, you should like stop or break, continue simply means you should continue, but you should go back to the top. So go back from the beginning and continue, right? So you can see that it doesn't consider this print. So 3 is not being printed. So it continues, it simply comes back up here. Now, is 3 less than 5? Yes. This now tells us 3 plus 1, which is what? 4. Is 4 equals to 3? No. Print number, which is this 4. Is 4 less than 5? Yes. 4 plus 1 is what? 5. Is 5 equal to 3? No. Print number 5. So this is it. And again, like I said, this is really like the foundation or the baselines of a lot of things, like even in data cleaning and even in creating your models. Basically in machine learning, we'll be applying so many of these principles. So this is really the basics, and these are like certain principles. I don't know if to call them principles, but these things were actually really tricky for me and are still tricky and a bit confusing. So I had to take my time to go over it, study it, understand it, and teach myself, basically record this, so that whenever I find it a bit tricky, I can always come back to this and listen to myself teaching myself basically, so that I'll be telling myself that, okay, no, I actually know this thing because I was teaching myself. So like, who better to teach me if not myself, right? So this is it for this session.